So we're taping this. It's Thursday morning. The Clippers playing game is on Friday night. So if Kawhi miraculously does the Willis Reed for this game, like we didn't know. Sorry, we didn't talk about that, but I'm going to guess that's not going to happen. This Clippers thing is pretty crazy. In 2019, they're 48-34, feel good team. Lost to Golden State in round one. They had SGA, they had Gallo, Zubats, Pat Beverly, Shamet, Harrell, Lou Williams, ton of picks, cap space.
Okay.
They say, fuck it. They go all in on Kawhi and Paul George. OKC's haul from that trade. They got SGA. They got Gallinari. They got Miami's 2021 first, which turned into Trey Mann. They have the Clippers first this year. Pick swap with the Clippers 23. Clippers first in 24. Pick swap with the Clippers 25. Clippers first in 26. Here's what's happened with the Clippers. 49-23 in 2020, lost round 2, game 7 in the bubble. 2021, 47-25, lost to Phoenix, round 3, conference finals, game 6. 2022 Clippers, 42-40, playing for their play-in lives against the Pelicans. This could be the end of year 3 of Kawhi and Paul George. So I guess the question is, was it worth it?
Yeah, well, okay. You just laid out a great argument that it was not worth it. But if suppose they get through the Pelicans and all of a sudden Kawhi is feeling good, would you be shocked if they ended up in the Western Conference Finals? Would you be just like I believe in the Suns with an asterisk, but would you be shocked if
what asterisk? What else do they have to do? They could have gotten like 67-15 if they wanted to. What do you mean asterisks? What's missing? Tell me.
I don't know. I believe in the Suns. I said I believe in the Suns with an asterisk.
You said what's the asterisk?
With an asterisk. It's like a I think it might be a little bit of franchise.
Oh, but they've never gotten over the hump as a franchise.
Yeah, I believe. I believed in the Red Sox, but until we won a World Series, then he started really believing. I know that makes no logical sense.
No, it makes sense. It's a Red Sox. I get it.
Chambers' failure has nothing to do with Devin Booker, but I'm just going to tell you what's in my heart. I believe in them with an asterisk.
Kawhi and Paul George, they've missed 208 regular season games in 3 seasons. Kawhi missed the last 8 playoff games last year. Probably not in the playoffs this year. They've won 3 playoff series total. And here's my take.
Okay.
I think you do it again. I would do it again.
That's what I'm saying.
I think they had
stars.
I went into this when I was doing my research thinking the day of the go for it trade is over. And then I look back at all the go for it trades, starting with the Celtics and with Kyrie that did not work. 2 series wins. He played 5 playoff games total. The Rockets with CP3 almost worked. Had a great regular season team. Couldn't get over the hump. For what they gave up, maybe. Brooklyn getting KD, like basically using their cap for KD and Kyrie hasn't worked yet.
Sure.
But 2019 Raptors with the go for a trade with Kawhi. 1 year of Kawhi. They gave up DeMar DeRozan and Pirtle, who's good. It worked. They won the title. 2020 Rockets. They go in for Russ. Did not work. That's like your worst case scenario. Big picks down the road. Trade was a disaster. Harden had to be traded. 2020 Lakers. Gave up more for anybody in the history of the NBA.
Worked.
They won a finals. I think most Lakers fans, I guess, would do that again.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Yeah.
Maybe.
Yeah.
The Clippers we mentioned, 2021 Bucks, Drew Holiday, won the finals. And then the 2022 Sixers. So I just listed 9 teams who went for it since 2018. And 3 of them were 3 of our 4 finals champions during that stretch.
Yeah. Well, don't you prefer a team to just say, I feel like we're in the golden age of sports carpe diem. And it's probably LeBron when he was signing all those 1-year contracts of like, no planning for the future. I want to win now. And bring Kevin Love here. Like, I want to win now. And then I felt like Tom Brady followed LeBron's footsteps.
Yeah.
Belichick was like, we kind of put a championship on the credit card. Now the Bills do. And Tom Brady's like, well, I'm out on this. I'm done with you guys spending money on special teams when I want wide receivers.
Yep.
And then the Bucs went all in. And then now it felt like Tom Brady had to have a sham retirement to make them go all in again. So
right.
If I'm a franchise, I like a team that's willing to go all in. If I'm a fan, I like a team that's willing to go all in. And yeah, I would do it again if I was the Clippers. And if I'm Steve Ballmer,
the Rams too. The Rams were another all-in team.
Yeah, I don't understand the Rams salary cap. Explain that one to me. Like they just keep on adding.
It's like the Bermuda Triangle when we used to watch Bermuda Triangle shows in the 80s and 90s. I'm like, why is this a bigger deal? Hey, all these planes just disappear there. What's happening?
Like every free agent, like, Gilmore is interested in the Rams. Like, how?
Right.
How? What is going on? Like, well, they're good with the cap. Like,
I follow sports for a living. I got a 690 in math on my SATs. And I feel like I understand everything. And then when it comes to the NFL salary cap, it might as well be in like Greek.
No idea.
It's like the Rams are like, the Rams signed this guy. And we're like, the Patriots, they spent like 4 free agents a spring ago. And now they're like completely handicapped this year. They can't get anybody. It's like they're just bargain shopping.
I do understand the Patriots. I do understand the Patriots salary cap. The Patriots salary cap is very much like the cash I have in my wallet. Like, I have $20. I bought a coffee. Now it's $17.
Right. I'm buying a tuna fish sandwich.
It's like, okay, now I'm down to 8. There is no good news, everybody. We got Tyrann Mathieu, and we're paying him $12 million a year. Like, oh, great. It just feels very. Well,
it almost seems like
basic.
It almost seems like the NFL salary cap is a credit card in college that you can either go nuts with or be responsible with. And it seems like the Patriots are just super responsible. We don't want to do this. It could hurt us down the road. The part I don't get is they have a quarterback on a rookie contract who's picked in the middle of the first round, which is the biggest asset you have. You have everybody else is like Derek Carr. He's, I don't know, $40 million a year extension, right? Every good team that they're competing against is paying somewhere between like 20 and 50 million for their quarterback. And the Pats have a quarterback probably making like 3 or 4. And they're like, JC Jackson, too rich for our blood. It's like, is it?
I think I follow the salary cap guy on Patriot salary cap on Twitter. And
I like that
excellent. Guy. And excellent. I think we're going to have a ton of money next year.
All right,
but I also don't like to be in the preseason. I don't like to be in the preseason talking about next year already.
Yeah, I agree.
Talking about next 2 years from now. Sorry,
back to the Clippers. They didn't really, from a salary standpoint, get crushed the first 2 years. But this year's team, which went 42-40, Paul George played 31 games, Kawhi played 0 games.
Made the playoffs.
$166 million payroll, $83 million luxury tax bill. The team cost $249 million. I guess the bigger picture thing for the Clippers, it wasn't just a gamble on winning the title. It was a gamble on trying to own basketball in LA. It was Ballmer's belief that he could build an LA basketball team that could either rival or surpass the Lakers, right down to the fact he's building this multi-billion-dollar basketball arena, in Inglewood, because he doesn't want to be tied to the Lakers. And anyway, we're going to beat these guys. And they get Kawhi and they get Paul George. Kawhi made first team All-NBA last year. Paul George made third team. So 2 of the best 15 guys in the league. So I still think it's defensible. It's just kind of amazing how bad the luck was with the Kawhi injury when it happened. To have somebody hurt his ACL in round 2 of a playoff series that they're probably about to win, but then it's a 12-month injury and it brings it to the next. So it's almost like you somehow lose 2 playoffs with the same injury, which is almost, and Denver, I guess, has a little bit of this with Jamal Murray, but that, to me, that gets into some weird Clippers curse shit, which I was writing about in 2009, about pulling the team away from Buffalo and all the weird shit that happened. This is among the weirdest thing that's happened to them.
I love that you are a wonderful mix of like in-depth analysis and then just talking about curses.
Crazy shit. Yeah.
It's just like, it's this wonderful mix.